Hi, welcome back to Hot Topics TV, y'all. You already know if the topic is hot, we're on it. Fetty Wap just got sentenced to 6 years in prison. This topic is hot. Let's get right into it. Shout out to MSN for this one. Rapper Willie Jr. Maxwell, better known on stage as Fetty Wap, has been sentenced to 6 years in prison for drug trafficking. The news of the rapper's sentencing was announced by the United States Attorney's Office in the Eastern District of New York, who explained that the musician was a member of an organization that distributed more than 100 kilograms of cocaine, heroin, fentanyl, and crack cocaine across Long Island and New Jersey. Earlier yesterday, because he was sentenced on the 24th. So today, I'm giving you this video is the 25th. Earlier today, in federal court in Central Islip, United States District Judge Joanna Siebert sentenced Fetty Wap, who is the rap artist, to 6 years imprisonment. And he must also have 5 years of post-release supervision for conspiracy to distribute cocaine. This is what the press release read. Last year, it was reported that Fetty Wap, the 31-year-old, had been jailed after allegedly threatening to kill a man while making a FaceTime live call in 2021. The funny thing about that is Fetty Wap could have been out of lockup this whole time, fighting his case from outside. But I think Fetty already had gotten locked up based on being caught with a whole lot of drugs and a whole lot of guns and a whole lot of money. And he was let out after he got caught like that, pending trial. Now, while he was out on bond pending trial, he went live on social media and threatened to kill somebody. And then the judge said revoke his bond and put his ass in lockup, and he will wait there until he goes to trial for his drug charges. Fetty could have been out. He could have been out the whole year fighting that case from outside. Well, coulda, woulda, shoulda, didn't. He was still moving wild and reckless, and I call moving wild and reckless, talking stupidness on social media, knowing damn well you're out on bond in a multi-million-dollar 100 kilograms drug case. So in August of 2022, the prosecutor's office outlined that Fetty had already pleaded guilty in a federal court to conspiracy to possess and distribute 500 grams of more of cocaine. On Wednesday, May 24th, Fetty Wap appeared before Judge Joanne Siebert at the federal court in Central Islip, New York, and she sentenced him. Here it is. The publication claimed that in a letter sent to the judge last week, prosecutors wanted Fetty to receive a longer sentence. I broke that down on my other channel, which is SoFlo TV. They allegedly had that he used his fame to glamorize the drug trade. And also, he was the entertainer who was putting out hit songs and making money from those and then using that money to flip it into drugs and then, maximizing his profits that way. So young people who admire the defendant and are considering selling drugs need to be sent a message. This is what the prosecution said. They actually wanted to use him as an example because he is somebody famous, because he is somebody who younger people look up to. He is a rapper that has made it. So when you watch your favorite rappers' videos and you see the big booty girls in thongs and you see the pretty shiny cars that are expensive and the big mansions and it just looks like a perfect world they existing, a lot of children wish to become that. So they look up to these guys and they often emulate them to their own detriment because a lot of them can't separate reality from fantasy and they end up in prison themselves. So the prosecutor who was prosecuting Fetty Wap said this: young people who admire the defendant, speaking of Fetty Wap, and are considering selling drugs, they need to be sent a strong message that selling drugs is not a glamorous lifestyle, and if they participate in that trade, that they will receive lengthy prison sentences. This is Breon Peace, U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District. Y'all gotta remember, Fetty Wap's biggest song is Trap Queen. When Fetty dropped Trap Queen, you talking about everybody's good daughter wanted to be some ninja's trap queen. She wanted to be in a bando somewhere with her ninja, being his trap queen. It was very influential, and it sold a lot of records. Right now, it's pushing up on almost 1 billion views. Anyways, Fetty Wap's co-defendant, Anthony Sinjay, a New Jersey corrections officer, he was sentenced to 72 months in prison for his role in a drug trafficking conspiracy in March this year, while the 4 remaining co-defendants pleaded guilty and they are awaiting their sentencing as well. In this case, nobody snitched on anybody. They all went up there. They all said, we're all guilty. Give us what you're going to give us. Please be lenient. We ain't never been in trouble before. We were just trying to get out of a jam financially and we got caught up. We're sorry and we accept our responsibilities. That's it. Nobody rolled on anybody. Nobody said, give me a deal. If you give me a deal, I'll flip on everybody else. But I guess because they're stand-up guys to each other, right? We can't say the same for Young Thug in the YSL case with Gunna standing up there saying, yes, YSL is a gang. And yes, I have knowledge of members of the gang doing crime in furtherance of the gang. That's snitching. But anyhow, the U.S. Attorney's Office in Eastern District of New York said that according to court filings, the defendants distributed 100 kilograms of aforementioned drugs, which is cocaine, fentanyl, crack, all that stuff, over 100 kilos. And they did that in a 1-year space alone. And it is in that 1-year space between June of 2019 and June of 2020 that the feds were able to track them. The feds were able to put their case airtight together and then secure a warrant and go in and arrest them and prosecute them. They couldn't get out of this. This crime carried a minimum of 5 years. So either way, the least the judge could have given them was 5 years. They ended up with 6. So Fetty has been hit with 6 years. He was already locked up for like a year. So I don't know if that year is going to be taken off of his 6, where he will now do 5, or if that year does not count because it is 6 from today forward, in which case he will have done 7 years behind bars. Either way, he did not get hit with what the prosecution wanted him to get hit with, which was a minimum of 10 years. 6 years versus 10 years. Hey man, I don't want any of them. I don't even want a day. But I'll take 6 over 10 any day. With that said, leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this one. The question that is on my mind as we end this video is, if the feds caught you and have knowledge of you transporting over 100 kilos of cocaine from West Coast over to the East Coast and distributing it, I think the feds want to know who the hell out West has been giving you 100 kilos of cocaine. Because if they have connects to where they can touch 100 keys, then that means they probably have connects to thousands of kilos of cocaine. Did Fetty Wap or any of his co-defendants tell on anybody out West in order to lower their time in the East? I don't know, and I'm not making an accusation. I'm just thinking logically. I'll catch y'all on the next video. It's Hot Topics TV. Hit that subscribe button and click the bell next to the subscribe button so you are notified every time a new video goes up on Hot Topics TV. I'm out. Peace.